Alright, and this is Mr. Gamer Freak 83 here, bringing you my collection of N64, Japanese, and my Dreamcast, which is Japanese as well. So, without further ado, I don't have that much for Dreamcast, so that's the reason why I'm including it in with the N64. I have quite a few cartridges here for N64 that are Japanese. Now, I'm also going to show you the slight difference between the Japanese 64 cartridge and the American 64 cartridge, because I thought with both of them they're pretty much the same size, but I'll explain that later after I show you what games I got. Alright, so without further ado, let's roll on. Okay, first up you got Bomberman 64. Yeah, great fucking game. I actually just picked this up, for 200 yen. Down the road, about 10-minute walk from me. I got a kick-ass, retro gaming store. It's got a ton of games in there. But it's got the one game I really want to get, but I don't know if I should pay it. I probably will, but anyway. Beside the point. Anyways, Bomberman 64. Got it for about 200 yen. Yeah. 200 yen. Right now, with the exchange rate, that's under a little bit under $2.50. So, yeah. So, anyways, moving right along. Another one I got fairly recently, this is I know you guys can read it, you're like, what the hell is that? This is actually Turok 2. Sorry for the glare. Yeah, that's Turok 2 right there. I got it, same thing, 200 yen. Can't beat that. And then one I picked up, like I said, picked up two today. And this one, I thought it was something else, and then I popped it in, I was like, what the fuck is this? WCW, NWO, what the fuck is this? Because it doesn't say anything about it, but definitely highly recommend this game. If you like wrestling games, this one has probably the largest roster of any wrestling game I've ever played in my entire life. I was like, what the fuck? The game is Virtual Pro Wrestling 64. This game, it came out the same year as WCW World Tour, the WCW vs. NWO World Tour game. Came out about the same time. But this game, fucking Jesus Christ, you want to talk about a large, insane roster? Wow, like, I was completely blown away by the roster. Like, I just played a little bit of it, and controls, identical to the WCW NWO games, World Tour, Revenge. Exact same controls. Graphics look precisely like they do on World Tour. The thing about this is, it's got some WCW people, not a lot. It's got quite a few. It's got a good, decent amount of WCW, and then it got the NWO section, which has got literally probably about, I think 8 people on the roster. So like I said, this came out in 97, so the NWO was just getting started, so they don't have the full. But you can also edit all the characters and edit their names, because all of them are all written in Japanese. But you can't edit it. I haven't done it yet, because like I said, I just got it, and I paid 200 yen for it, so can't beat that. And then, on top of that, they have about 5 other federations, Japanese federations, that are in this as well. And they're full-on out rosters. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm scanning through, just going, oh my god, this insane amount of people. And some of these people were wrestling in Japan at the time, that are like US people, such as Bam Bam Bigelow. He's in here. If you want to kick John Laurinaitis' ass, yeah, guess what? John Laurinaitis is in this game. Yes, he's in this game. John Laurinaitis is in here. So you want to kick John Laurinaitis' ass? Pick up this game. You don't feel like creating him? He's already in the game. So here you go. Go kick his ass. And then several other people, such like Ultimo Dragon's in there. Bunch of other people. I mean, I might even do a full-out review of this game. It's that good. I just need to play it a little more to give a full-out review of this game. But it is fucking amazing. Alright, now moving right along. You have, I like me some Tetris. And I had this game as a teenager, pretty good game. It's Mickey Tetris. It's fun as hell. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. It's a good fucking game. It's Mickey Tetris. Anyway, this is definitely a must-own for the 64. Definitely is a must-own. And I got this pretty much right when I rebought a 64 for the Japanese version. I got this, and this is like one of the first games I got for it. Of course, with this, I didn't get it with the system. Of course, I had to buy it separately. I bought a couple of games, actually. But this is definitely one. Mario 64. Definitely a must-own for the 64. Next up is definitely another must-own for the 64, and that's Turok. Yeah, that's Turok. I know you guys see the picture, you're like, yeah, that's Turok. What the fuck? That letters right there. I think it says Dinosaur, Dinosaur Hunter, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's what it says actually right there. But yeah, it's definitely a must-own. Next up, got Tetris 64. It's Tetris. I like me some Tetris. Alright, next up, got Doom 64. It's the Japanese one. You can see right there at the bottom, you see it's Japanese. Next up, you have definitely another must-own for a 64. Definitely another must-own. That's Mario Kart 64. Yeah. Next up is another definite must-own for the 64. Definitely another must-own. Well, if you like wrestling games, you know, it's definitely a must-own. I've got all these games in the States, but I don't feel like rebuying a lot of the games I already have in the States. So I got to get it at a good, reasonable price in order for me to rebuy the game. You know, and I got this at a decent price. I got WrestleMania 2000. It's a great, awesome game. I got it for a fairly reasonable price. I do believe I know I spent under $10 for it. So, let's say for that price, I can't really turn it down. I'm like, yeah. Next up is actually an American game that I bought actually from, like, it was on the Navy base, and it's kind of similar to like a pawn shop. And I think I spent like $1 on this, $1 or $2. So I'm not too mad about that. I can't play it, or else I had to mod my 64 or something, whatever. But I don't feel like doing it. But it's Hexen for the US. Now, I'm going to show you exactly, after I show you Dreamcast games. Let's go on the Dreamcast game first, so make sure I got enough time here for everything. But anyways, moving right along to Dreamcast, and like I said, I rebought a couple of these games. I had Dreamcast in the States too, but Dreamcast is a fairly reasonable price. Same thing with the 64, was a fairly reasonable price. I spent around about $20 for each console. So I spent about $20 on a Japanese 64, and I spent $20 on a boxed, has all the instructions and everything with it for Dreamcast. So I'm like, fuck it, you know. Dreamcast is a very underrated system in my opinion. Dreamcast is a very underrated system. But got first up because I can't find the case for it. But Sonic Adventures, hey, it's an awesome game. Next up, you got it was cheap. I mean, I think I spent $1 or $2 on this anyway. It's the Ferrari racing game. Yeah, whatever. Ferrari Challenge or whatever the fuck it is. This is a really fun game for the Dreamcast. It's Zombie Revenge. Very fun game for the Dreamcast. Got it fairly cheap. I bought it on eBay actually. Fairly cheap, so I can't complain. Next up is awesome game. Soul Calibur. Yeah. Next up is definitely another must-own for the Dreamcast. That's Crazy Taxi 2. Yes. Crazy Taxi 2. And then, I couldn't turn this down. And this is cool case. You know, it's cool as shit. That's Biohazard Code Veronica. Or it's better known as in the States, Resident Evil Code Veronica. And you see, it's a pretty cool looking case. I mean, look at this. You know, look at this case. Kind of cool. And, you know, Code Veronica back there. Then, of course, you open it up. You got that. You got of course, you got the game right there. You got the game. There's disc 2. The manual. Disc 1's right there. Yep. There you go. Disc 1. Yeah. It's on 2 parts. And then, you know, you got the little Japanese stuff right there. You know. So, but anyways, yeah. I get it. I know I didn't spend very much on this stuff. Alright, so now, let me show you the difference between the Japanese 64 games and the American ones. Now, as you see, this is a Japanese one. Yeah, there you go. This is the first one I picked up, so, you know. But if you look on the very bottom, and then, of course, it's the American one. So, but you look at them, look almost identical, right? Wrong. Very bottom part. Look at this. Look at this right there. This one over here, it's the Japanese one. Look right. If you look right here where my finger is, oh, sorry. Look right there. There's a hole right there. It's a little sliver on the back. If you look on the back, look at them side by side. Sorry. With that, you look at them side by side. Yeah, you can now see the difference between the two. See? Oh, get it level here so you guys can see. There you go. But yeah, there you go. There you go. Little lesson for you guys for the difference between the Japanese one and the American one. The little slight difference. I mean, it's very slight. You know. Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah. Figured to show you guys that. You know, that's something I didn't know that I had to learn. Thank goodness I didn't spend very much on a game, you know. Like I said, I think I spent like $1 on this game, $1 or $2, something like that. So I didn't spend too much money on it, so I'm not too mad about it. And, you know, got another copy of Hexen. So, one copy breaks. I got a backup copy. Or I might am selling it. I don't know. Either way. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope this is pretty informative. And this is Mr. Gamer Freak 83 here. Signing out.